Hey guys, welcome back to Battlefront updates. Judging by the views and comments on the last video, you guys seem to have enjoyed the 5 vehicles we want video, which is why I decided to create another one, highlighting another thing that I know is important for the upcoming game. Weapons. It's what allows you to blast those damn droids to oblivion, and honestly something which is extremely important for the whole game, because if the weapons suck, the whole game will most likely be boring. These are the top 5 weapons as picked by me and the community together, and hopefully we will see them all in the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront by DICE. So let's get started. The sniper rifle, one of the most important weapons in Star Wars Battlefront. It allowed you to take out the enemies before they could even see you. This weapon will without a doubt be in the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront, but the question is, how will DICE implement it? Will they do like the old games where the snipers hit spot on with no bullet drop, or will it be more like Battlefield with a bullet drop and slight delay that you have to take into consideration? I hope that it will be more like the old games where the sniper hits instantly and with no bullet drop. However, this would most likely need to be balanced in some way, because having it like that would be a bit overpowered, to be honest. Imagine playing Battlefield with a sniper rifle that had 0 bullet drop and 0 delay. That would mean that you could headshot people running like 500 meters away with just some slight practice. I'm quite sure that the developers already have this in mind when designing the new sniper rifles, so we will simply have to wait and see how they implement them. The Elite Rifle, one of my favorite guns in Star Wars Battlefront 2, which I really hope will make a return in the new game, and not just the gun itself, but the way it's actually obtained. This gun was awarded to all players that managed to get 12 blaster kills in one life, therefore obtaining the Frenzy Award. This is such a good way to award players who gets a high kill streak something extra, but that isn't completely overpowered and renders other weapons useless like kill streaks in Call of Duty can do. The rifle itself fires a burst containing 3 rapid bolts of violet laser energy, which if aimed correctly can one-shot enemies, which is also why I love this gun. The gun is also very similar to both Han Solo's and Boba Fett's blaster rifle. This gun was obtainable by all factions in the game, since they all had their own version of the standard blaster rifle that could be upgraded to the award rifle. DICE could implement this weapon either as an award rifle or like a standalone weapon. I'm just hoping it will be in the game in some shape or form. The EMP Launcher, one of the most powerful weapons used by the Republic, which was in the old games wielded by my favorite class, the Jet Trooper. This weapon fires a deadly EMP missile that will kill most infantry on impact and also does a decent damage against vehicles and structures. The missile itself is quite easy to dodge at medium to long range, since it doesn't have a super high velocity. It also has to reload after each fired missile, so as a main weapon it is not very good in terms of taking out a lot of enemies quickly, but it's still a really fun weapon to use, and if you learn to master the speed of the missile you can pull off some pretty awesome long shots, at least against the stupid bots. I wouldn't say that it's one of the best weapons in the game because of its slow speed and low rate of fire, but it's a weapon that makes the battlefield a lot more interesting than if it were to only contain blaster rifles and pistols, since it allows for instant kills just as the rocket launcher. The Both and Spy Incinerator, a weapon loved by a lot of people in the old games and also a very unique weapon to say the least. I really hope that they will be... No, sorry, I can't do this. Fuck you Both and Spies and your annoying ass Incinerator. I for one hope that it will absolutely not be in the upcoming game, because Both and Spies with invisibility combined with the freaking Incinerator was the most annoying thing in the whole game. So please DICE, don't put this weapon in the upcoming game. Thank you. The Precision Pistol, Westar 33 Blaster or Sporting Blaster. This weapon went under many names in the old games, and it was awarded as an upgrade to the standard blaster pistol and was also wielded by Jango Fett and Leia. It's basically like a mix of the sniper rifle and pistol, as it fires instant laser beams compared to the standard pistol that fires more slow shots. Thanks to the high rate of fire and high velocity, this weapon was extremely accurate, and when you play as Jango Fett it's almost impossible to die, as you can just kill enemies from a long range to recharge your timer. Just as I mentioned with the sniper, this weapon has to be balanced in some way in order to not be too overpowered in multiplayer. But I'm quite sure they can find some reasonable way to still keep the feeling of the old gun, yet make it slightly less overpowered. I think you all guessed what the last weapon will be by now, the standard blaster rifle. It's the weapon probably responsible for 90% of the kills in the old games, and it just isn't Star Wars or Star Wars Battlefront without it. I mean, this weapon will be in the upcoming game, guaranteed. What will be interesting to see, however, is how much they will modify it. Will they have one standard edition, or will they have a lot of versions with different tweaks on them? In Battlefield 4 there's probably hundreds of weapons, and in Star Wars Battlefront there hasn't really been that many weapons before, and I'm perfectly happy with the same setup as in the old games, but I would really like to see what DICE can come up with in terms of new weapons and modifications on old weapons. As long as they keep it Star Wars and make the weapons balanced, I think most of us are happy with a new set of weapons, at least I'd like to think so. Well, that brings my weapons video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any suggestions for more of these list videos, make sure to leave them in the comments below. I will have a little surprise Christmas video coming up next week, so stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for the continued support on the channel. I've been very busy with university lately, which is why I haven't been able to put out as much content as I'd like, but I'm doing my best to pump out videos for you guys, at least on a weekly basis. I will see you all soon again, and as always, may the Force be with you.